Have you been self-sabotaging? Perhaps you don't even know that's what you're doing. For some reason, you just can't seem to collect your prize, your gains. Maybe it's profits. Maybe you're a shark, a genius stock trader, but then when it comes time to locking in those gains, you don't. And then everything goes back, you lose everything, and you're like, and why does that keep happening? Some friend shoots in their opinion. Isn't that gambling? Isn't that just luck? What are you doing? The relationships just never, you can't seem to voice your needs. What this all boils down to is you never got your needs met as a child. You never had that celebration of who you are. You were never celebrated. You don't know what it feels like to win. And so when you're given your win, and the universe is saying, here's your win, you don't take it because you're looking for validation before you can accept your win. And your friends are just confused because they're not aware that you're looking for their validation, or maybe they are aware, but they're confused because you're an adult, you're not 8 years old, and it's not their job to validate you. So right away, it's very subconscious. If you're seeking their validation, they're going to disvalidate you because you come across as a lack of confidence in yourself. Even though you know you're smarter than everybody else, or what you got is amazing. But someone else's opinion will just crack you. So, if you want to break through these blocks, I will leave my email in the description box on YouTube. You got to go to YouTube for that. In the post section, you can read many pages. If you scroll through many pages of reviews. I've been doing this over 20 years. I follow frequency lines. So if you are ready, okay, this is only for people who are ready to let go. If you want to hang on to your shit, I don't want to work with you. I do like 30 years of therapy in a single day. Okay, if you're just holding on to weights and you want to dive into the water, see a regular therapist first maybe, or get an exorcism first. This is for people who they're ready to let go, and something is like, why does this keep happening? We'll follow the frequency lines, we'll tidy all of that up. If you have the weights and you want to jump down into the water, get help. Do get help. But you can also call me, but it might take more than one session, because you need one session just to get those weights off, and then another one to go deeper, to go into the water without the weights. Because if you deep dive with those weights, it's a suicide mission, right? First you got to take the weights off, and then you do the deep diving. And so it's always, there's a formula. I work in the back end of this. I use a lot of video game analogy. Instead of soul retrieval, I call it defragmentation. Because that's always what I see in my clients. There's a piece of you here, there's a piece of you there. And I'll see the metaphorical images, you have a clue on the time and the where and the what. I'm guided. I interface and I guide you through it. It's incredibly valuable work, and I got a really nice surprise the other day. Apparently, I was referred by a holistic psychologist in BC who I've never heard of, somehow heard of me. And they said, I think you're ready to see Danica. Because when you've hit a wall with Western therapy and you're done with the sounding board, because that's what Western psychologists do. They listen really well to the same story over and over and over and over again. I'm not going to listen to your story more than once, if that at all, because that story is what has to go in the trash. That's your old program that made you sick. We're going to rewrite your script together by going back and collecting yourself. And instead of being the victim, making you the hero of your own story and the main character. And this changes the whole coding, the whole frequency resonance of your body, so that you are in alignment to attract and be able to open to receive. Because if you can't open to receive, there's something blocking you. There's some kind of binding on you. And all that has to be done is figure that out. What is that? Or it's a piece of you sabotaging you. It's yourself binding you, saying, no, I don't trust you to win, because then what? What does that feel like? It's the same thing when you start a relationship, you start dating someone. You never got past dating maybe because you can't voice your needs. You don't know how to speak up. So it's a matter of reparenting. It's the first inner child stuff, then maybe past life stuff. Most of it is reparenting and getting yourself out of trauma that binds, going through the emotions that you don't even know you have repressed. It's really, really simple. It's so simple that people avoid doing this work for decades. It's called shadow work, and all it is retrieving yourself, that version of yourself that you wish nobody saw. And frankly, everybody sees. Everybody sees everybody else's shadow, really. It's just your friends don't see the point to tell you. Like, everybody sees everybody else's problem pretty clearly, but they don't know how to work with it, so they just brush it over, and you're living there, like, until it dawns on you that it's the friggin' Truman Show. And it's up to you to take the reins of your life. So if you want to work with me, check in the description box. On YouTube, I'll leave my email. It's really important you put consultation request in the subject line, or it may just get lost in the swamp because that email's flooded. I love you so much. And yes, the only way out is through, but we'll get you through.